Hi, and welcome back to Wicked Wands Tarot. My name is Carmen, and today we've got a reading for you about somebody that is leveling up. A lot of like boss energy here. We've got the Emperor and the Four of Wands. This does not need to be a man. Remember, this is just energy that I'm reading, but we have someone who is realizing that things are becoming a little bit easier to understand. There's experience here or wisdom that has been gained over a period of time, and it's really making this individual or helping this individual to feel like they can kind of like go with the flow, or they can deal with whatever it is that comes their way. So let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. And I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. If you're interested in a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is wickedwandstarot@gmail.com. That's in the description box for you, as is more information on how to become a member. Thank you to the current members. Let's see what else we've got. We're going to start with the beginner's tarot. What else do we have? Wow. So we already had the Emperor come out, and now we have the Empress coming out, along with the Knight of Wands in the reverse. So there seems to be a romantic quarrel or a relationship that is under some stress because someone in the relationship is working a lot or is like they have a lot on their plate. So there's pressure to have a little bit of different priority or allow for more time, perhaps for family or for a relationship. We have the Magician, the Ten of Wands, and the Moon in the reverse. I think this is actually positive. We've got someone who is acknowledging there's an issue here. There's something that is causing us to not be on the same page. And I know that I'm capable of making a change or taking a different approach so that we can close out this chapter or this difficulty, let go of this argument, and get back to enjoying our lives. So the Moon in the reverse, this is like, it's a mistake, but I know how to fix it, because the Magician is a very capable energy. This is like, yeah, okay, I know how to handle this. And we do. We have the Six of Wands. So overcoming a problem within a relationship where maybe there wasn't enough time given to nurture that connection. This is someone changing their behavior, altering their schedule, maybe even for some of you changing their job because they don't want to risk losing a relationship. They know that it's easier to replace the job than it is to replace the love that they have in their life. We have the Devil, the Nine of Wands in the reverse, Queen of Swords, and Seven of Swords. We might have a little bit of obsession with work or workaholic type tendencies. And with the Nine of Wands in the reverse, there's been some arguments in this relationship or some dissatisfaction with the amount of time spent with each other. And I do feel like as a result, maybe some name calling has happened, or maybe even some angry text messages, questioning whether or not this relationship is really going to work, that kind of thing. This is the Earth and Bones Tarot. What else do we have? Ace of Swords or Ace of Crystals in the reverse, and the Six of Crystals or the Six of Swords in the reverse. Seven of Wicks or Seven of Wands. Okay, so yeah, things escalate quickly or we get into an argument. You tell me that this isn't going to work out if we keep doing the same thing. And whoever is this Magician, they're like, okay, I can do this. I know how to handle this. I know how to figure something out. Just give me a moment. 5 of crystals or 5 of swords, 3 of jars, high priestess in the reverse, queen of whips or queen of wands. I think this is an overachiever energy. This is someone who definitely gets a lot done, definitely is looked up to. It makes sense because I feel like I'm reading on like a power couple or two individuals who are very capable, very intellectual. There's this tendency to be maybe even a little bit perfectionistic with regards to work, and it can cause other areas in their life to be a little bit of a challenge. So with the 3 of cups, this is like, maybe we need to set up a date night. Maybe we need to go take a vacation. Maybe we need to do something a little bit impulsive. Just like throw a dart at a map and decide where we want to go, that kind of thing. Hey, Dana, welcome back. Hello, Egyptian Empress. Hello, Renee. How you doing? What else do we have? 8 of swords or 8 of crystals in the reverse, Knight of petals or Knight of pentacles in the reverse, and the Knight of crystals, which is the Knight of swords. I think this is rearranging a schedule, maybe even canceling or removing like an obligation from the schedule altogether, because it was an obstacle, because it was making it too difficult to do right by the other things that are important to this person. There's a decision made. It's not easy, but it's like, I know this is what's right for me and my family or me and my relationship. And I'm going to communicate that to people. I'm no longer available, Thursday afternoons, or I'm going to be coming in late on Mondays. There's just this I need to shift something here because this is what I need to make things work out. Yeah, justice. Sorry, 2 petals. This one looks like justice to me. 2 petals or 2 pentacles is a reference to a decision made. Wheel of Fortune and 6 of jars or 6 of cups in the reverse. Realizing that if this behavior continues, that it'll only continue to cause problems in the relationship, start arguments, make it seem like there's no way to really elevate the relationship or move beyond this same argument. Nobody likes having the same argument over and over again, right? So Queen of Cups is in the reverse because they feel like, if I don't do this, if I don't make this change in my behavior, Wheel of Fortune, then I could lose the person that I love. All right. This is, we'll go with the Pause Tarot. What else do we have? Page of Pentacles and the 7 of Pentacles, both in the reverse, with the 3 of Pentacles. Wow, that's a lot of earth energy. So that would be Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. But we have a question of, is it worth the money? Is it worth the time that it takes? Is it something that I should be investing in? I think for many of you, this person's assessing if they want to stay at the same job, if they want to maybe pursue working in a different department or altering their availability. This is, I have other things that are important to me and this is getting in the way. So I've got to do something to address that. Ace of Cups in the reverse. Queen of Swords. The Emperor and Justice. So if I hear from my partner, if I hear from my spouse that things are not going well, that I need to, dedicate more time to the relationship or the family or, the home projects, whatever it is, then, okay, I know how to deal with this. I can communicate what I need to. I can decide to change my schedule or, maybe work less hours, fewer hours. They're going to do it. They're going to make this change. Very capable. I know how to take action on this type energy. Temperance and Judgment. So then there's this conversation basically letting you know, I know what you needed. I know what you were expecting, but I'm going to do better than that. You probably thought I wasn't going to be willing to quit that job or, table that project, reschedule that trip. But your conversation with me told me just how important that is to you. And I think you're going to be a little bit surprised at how much this person's willing to do to make sure that things are good between the two of you. This is the Fairy Godmother Oracle. What else do we have? Celebrations, magic, and perception. There may have been a celebration in the works or something that everyone was looking forward to promoting. So maybe you had a big requirement. Maybe there was this contract that you weren't really sure about. Maybe there's this expectation that you're going to be, I don't know, becoming partner or something. But a realization that maybe I don't really need to do everything that is expected of me. Maybe I don't have to follow a specific like career path. Maybe I can author whatever it is that I want for that plan, right? Hello, Voyager. How are you doing? Hello, Grant. Hello, Stephen. Oh, welcome to the towers, Dino. Dino, when you're in the towers, you're going to want to make sure that you email me so that I can send you the reading that I do for you. Because I have to be able to send that to an email. So make sure you do that pretty soon. And I will record your personal reading tomorrow. All right. What else do we have? Aptitude. Sometimes it's about figuring out what you're good at as well as what you are willing to put forward. I think we have a reorganization of the obligations. If I was going to do this, maybe I can do this instead. If I was going to do, 3 months of that, maybe I can just do 2 months. This is just a little bit of an update or a change to the expectations or the obligations to make sure that the relationship or the romance in somebody's life also has some element of prioritization, right? If I don't make this change, then I might really be messing up my relationship. And it's important to me that that is in a good place. It's important to me that I don't sabotage that or make someone feel like I'm neglecting them. Justice, Death in the reverse, Ten of Swords. So it could also be that they're delaying a project or delaying some travel. It's important that I'm here for someone's birthday. I want to make sure I see their dance recital, or I want to make sure that we can go to this show together. We can accomplish a lot in our lives if we work constantly, but we can accomplish more if we find a balance between what we need and what makes us feel happy and what we're here to do, right? Oh my. So we have the Empress again and the Emperor in the reverse, Four of Wands in the reverse, Page of Wands, and the Ten of Wands in the reverse. So this is basically saying, maybe it's okay that things take a little bit longer. Maybe it's okay if I work fewer hours because there are other things that I need to be able to contribute to the situation, or there are other responsibilities that I have. And I need to make sure that my house is okay or that my relationship is okay. Because the Four of Wands could also be talking about a house or like the living situation, right? Oh, all of a sudden I have to move, so I'm going to need to take some time off. This is like, I just need to make sure that I'm taking care of what's really like core to my life, right? Page of Wands, Ten of Wands in the reverse. It's not over. It's just delayed. It's not done. It's just changing a little bit. And I do feel like this works out. I do feel like they're able to renegotiate or find a way to, maybe it's even, I'm going to be able to work from home now or work from a different office. This is the Kipper. Let's see what else we've got for you. I encourage it, Grant. That sounds like a good plan. So we have number 7, which is message, wealthy man, and occupation. Yeah, I think there's communication regarding how I make my money, what I'm willing to offer as far as availability, what time I need to myself, or, hey, I need this time off to go to, the doctor. This is no joke. It's just like finding that balance, because somebody is being a little bit greedy with their time, or somebody is being a little bit too materialistic, and it is impacting their health. We have the bad health card, and we have pathway in the reverse. It also feels like if they get a little too caught up on what everybody else expects them to do with this career, that they miss out on something that they're supposed to do, miss out on something that is their calling. So this break or this change could be really important for them to find that path that they're meant to be on. All right, this is What's the News. Sneaky link, rebound, and numbing. Hidden lover, low-key situationship, side piece, rebound, flighty, temporary option, unpredictable intentions. Sorry, it's really hard to read these letters or these words. You probably can't even tell that there are words at the bottom of that because they're pink for some reason. And then on numbing, it says self-medicating, addictions, and irrational behavior. Honestly, I think that there is a domestic drama here. I think we've got someone who's either trying to save their marriage because there was some flirtation or third party issue, or this could be someone who's concerned about a child of theirs, maybe a teenager who's getting into some trouble. But we have escapism and not really dealing with the problem in front of whoever is dealing with that problem, and needing to take some time and focus on that. Maybe even needing to take some time to go to therapy. We have long haul, in it to win it, long-term intentions, and invested. So I don't think this is like a relationship that's going to end, because we have someone who's very much so looking into what the right steps are. We have doing the research, reading up, gaining insight, trying to figure out what could be helpful or healing in this problematic situation. Because there's definitely someone who has kind of been unpredictable or irrational, right? It could be because of substance. It could be because of mental health struggles. It could be because there's just not enough connection in the family, or a little bit of rebellious energy from a teenager. But this is okay, we need to make sure that we know how to approach this, and that we approach it as a united front. So yeah, a little bit of a challenge, it looks like. This is the romantic Lenormand. Zumba's pretty fun. I haven't done that in probably a decade. It's funny. Hello, Third Eye. How are you doing? What else do we have? It's the whip. It's still so new. I've only seen it twice, so, it takes a second. I think most of you know what that means. I have a joke to tell, but it also, I think, is a reference to someone who's been a little bit naughty, someone who has probably got some explaining to do, right? So, the whip. No, not the whip. The whip. No, please, not the whip. The whip. No, please, anything but the whip. Anything? The whip. It's more likely now, you guys, now that I have another Lenormand. We've increased our chances. Oh, I don't think I've seen this one yet. This is the Anchor, number 35. Talks about security, stability, and we also have the Fish, good news. So when you focus your attention on the area of your life, probably domestic bliss, that requires your attention. When you go to therapy, go on a vacation, or reprioritize your relationship, there's a very positive outcome here. It's like, okay, now I feel like I can actually handle what's going on because I'm giving the proper attention to the matters that form the foundation of my life, right? How can you be a solid performer at work or be a good friend if you're struggling to get good sleep or you're too anxious to have a conversation with your kids? So we have this peaceful energy right around the corner because of someone's determination to do right by that obligation, that determination to maybe take some time off of work or switch up their schedule so they can be there for someone that they love. This is the Gypsy Oracle. So we have the Priest. This can be about a boss. This can be about religious beliefs, of course. It can also be about a relationship to some extent. But I think this is, I need to make sure that I'm doing right by what I have promised to do, what I have cited as my responsibility. We've got the Haughty card or the Peacock card, right? Haughty as in Haughty. Someone who may have been getting a little bit too arrogant or a little bit too comfortable with being distant or working a lot of hours, because we do seem to have some workaholic energy. And then we have Doctor in the reverse, ignoring someone's health, their own or a person that they care about. We've got Foe, Waiting, and Sweetheart. So resentment has started to build up because of the delaying or the procrastination, the not having enough time to get things done, or not taking one's own health seriously. So in order to make sure things are happy around the house or happy in this relationship, they know I need to go see a doctor. I need to take some time for myself. I've been working too many hours or doing too much, right? Foundation. So this is like the Anchor card, right? Foundation, established, family, and security. Intimacy, bonding, sensual, confiding, and shocking, turmoil, trouble, and unexpected. This is the right time to be repairing this domestic bliss or this romantic connection, because difficult times are much easier to deal with when they're not compounded by an argument in your relationship or, anger building up between you and your kids, right? So this might even be one of those times where you decide, I need to, move the family, or I need to cut somebody off, and have more control over what third-party influences are impacting my living situation, my family, or my relationship. Because there does seem to be somebody here who is making things more difficult, making things more stressful. So this could lead to someone moving or someone changing their job entirely. We have elusive, dishonesty, deception, trickery, and commitment, marriage, promises, fidelity, with cloudy judgment. So I do think there was maybe a project or even just the job that they took where they made a commitment, or they said that they were going to, accept this job offer, and maybe didn't realize that they were biting off more than they could chew because they have too many commitments, right? How can I do right by the things that I'm supposed to do when I didn't realize that that particular thing was going to ask so much of me or was going to, make me travel all the time. So there could have been some holding back from the employer, or this responsibility that they have. It has grown over time and they are struggling to keep things balanced. But I think with the Magician card, this is going to be somebody who looks at the situation as solvable. I can change this, or I can alter that. I can have a different approach to this person and everything will change. So I do feel like there is positive, like good news and change on the horizon because this person's not willing to give up. So I like that. All right, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you for the likes and the subscribes. Thank you, Dina, for joining the memberships. And I will see you on the next reading. Toodles.